Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, Lio Rush, that's the big story right now in terms of backstage news in the WWE. Let's break down exactly what's going on here, and I can give a little bit of my input as well. Lio Rush has had some backstage heat within the WWE. It's been reported by various outlets, including PW Insider, as well as Sean Ross Sapp over at Fightful.com. Lio Rush actually just gave an interview to Fightful regarding some of the heat. Let's break down some of the heat that he does have. A lot of people backstage think that he's maybe arrogant, he's a little bit cocky, things like that. At a recent European tour last November, what happened was when you're a new member of the roster, you're expected to do certain things for the vets. So you're a new guy, you're expected to do things like carry water, set up things. And I guess Lio Rush didn't feel like he should do this, and it really rubbed some people the wrong way. Another thing that happened on the European tour was Lio Rush brought his wife along, and there's been some reports of Lio Rush's wife being present for things like rehearsals, changing in the women's change room, and just being around. And I guess this has rubbed a few people wrong backstage as well. One being Finn Balor, who did talk to Lio Rush, and apparently Rush told him, this is something that he wasn't really having heat with Finn Balor, but he basically said, this is my decision. What I'm doing is my decision. He didn't take favorably to what Finn Balor was telling him. And PW Insider did report today that another person backstage, another wrestler who wasn't Finn Balor, also had a talk with Lio Rush regarding things like this. And Lio Rush basically told him, "You're not my boss, Vince McMahon's my boss." And then he told on that person to WWE management, and WWE management actually talked to this person saying, "Hey, you can't say this to Lio. You're, his equal." And this gave Lio a lot of heat backstage with the rest of the locker room. And the rest of the locker room basically kicked him out for some period of time because it is like a brotherhood backstage. And I guess they considered him a bit of a snitch. Meanwhile, on the European tour, the Authors of Pain and Drake Maverick, they were also junior members of the roster. What did they do? They carried water, they did things like that, and they had no issues with it. But Lio Rush did have some issues regarding it. He thought that, as a young black man, it wasn't a good look for him to be carrying water, doing things like that, as well as him having the persona of a superstar. What would fans think? On the other side, Authors of Pain and Drake Maverick were doing it as well. Another issue here is money. In his interview with Fightful, he basically said he's broke. He has to pay for his own car rentals. He has to pay for his own accommodations. He gets no merchandise money for that Bobby Lashley shirt. The one that says Lashley, Lashley, Lashley on the back, which is his catchphrase. And he's saying that he's broke working for this, pretty much $1 billion company, and he's broke. And right now it's, not a good look for him that he's not making the type of money that he thinks he should be with royalties, with things like that. So PW Insider did report today that the WWE did offer him a new contract for $300,000, and he turned them down. And he actually said, if I got released from the WWE, maybe I can prove to you how well I can do outside of the company. He also stated that he wants double the pay. What I don't know right now, if this is $300,000 per year, or if this is something like over 5 years, $300,000, which would be $60,000 a year, which obviously isn't that great of money for a WWE star, especially since they have to pay their own hotel and transportation from city to city. So another thing, Mark Henry, who is a veteran in the WWE, he is the locker room leader. He did go on Busted Open Radio today and basically said, "You know what, Lio? Back in my day in 1996, I had to be responsible for assisting Yokozuna." He's like, it's an ego issue. It's not a race issue. He's like, you need to pay homage to the guys drawing money. We have all done it. Steve Austin did it. The Rock did it. Everybody paid their dues and did things like that. So on one hand, if Lio Rush isn't making the type of money that he deserves, that obviously is a broken system for somebody like a manager not to make a proper wage. On the other hand, if Lio Rush isn't taking advice from some of the vets and he's coming off as a bit cocky, that's not good on this, as well. So I guess you can see it from both ends of the spectrum. On one end, I do believe Lio Rush should be paid accordingly. On the other end, I do believe that he should maybe, listen to some of his peers. Obviously, they're trying to give him some advice to make it in this business, which is a hard business to make it in. So that being said, Lio Rush right now, he's not scheduled for the next WWE European tour. There is talk that they are going to send him to NXT and totally present him as a new character. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that one does pan out. I will put some links in the description talking about all the things that I talked about on this video in more depth so you can read it for yourself. That being said, what do you think? Drop a comment below. And don't forget to DDT that like button and subscribe. Join the notification squad to be notified of new videos. And have a great day.